video where I will be talking about my tattoos. I did ask a while ago on the YouTube community whether it would be something you were guys interested in. And the majority did say yes. I've just been busy, and I also didn't know how to edit the video so I could like put pictures like in the video. But now I do, so I'm excited to do this video just because some of my tattoos do have some like deeper meanings. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So tattoo number 1 is the writing on my collarbone. It's from the song by the Halsey or Haley. I can't pronounce names very well. You'll learn that about me. But it's basically a song by the Chainsmokers called Closer. And it says we ain't ever getting older. And I got this tattoo because I had a friend that I used to work with him, and I left that place of work and we still remain good friends. But unfortunately he passed away back in June 2017. And it was quite a shock, his death, because it was I won't say what it was just so I don't get in trouble with YouTube, but it was self-inflicted. And he did leave a letter as well. It wasn't like for me, it was for his family, but yeah, there was a letter. So you can kind of put together what happened. And his death was just a shock to everyone, and I took it really, really hard, and for a really long time, it's hard not to blame yourself, but I wanted something to remember him by, and I was thinking about getting a tattoo anyway. So I think it was 2000 and I think it was still 2017 I got this tattoo, because I was 20. I got the song lyrics because we both really liked the song. We both used to sing it together when we were like joking around and everything. He used to sing a lot. He used to sometimes we would sing like Taylor Swift, and I would be singing and he'd be like, that's not the lyrics, and I would just be like, sorry. But yeah, it was something to remember him by, really. I'm glad I got it. There are a lot of people who like, with all my tattoos, they're like, aren't you worried about what you're going to look like when you're older? And I'm like, no, not really. No. Okay, so tattoo number 2 is on my leg, and be up here. And it's literally just like the hands. You can see it's like this, but inside it says, some of you might think this is really cringe, but bear with me, there is meaning. It says, this story isn't over, and there's a semicolon. And I'm not sure, for those who don't know what the semicolon means, it's basically where an author, the meaning behind it is to do with like mental health. And it's when like writers put in a semicolon where they can end a sentence but they don't. And with mental health, it's kind of like gone into like that field where someone carries on when they might not want to. And yeah, it was to hide just like a mark that I had on my leg, but it was for me as well because I was going through a really hard time, and I was like, I'm not giving up. Like I will get through this tough time, and I will be stronger for it. That was the meaning of that one. Tattoo number 3 is on my back, so it's always really hard to show people like that, and she doesn't do the same tattoos on multiple people, like she does them differently, just so they're not all the same. I don't know if all tattoo artists do that, but that's what mine does. And that's the thing with all my tattoos as well. I have mostly, like my first few ones I designed anyway. So I was like, oh, can you do like a moon and then like a hair like going over it or something? And that's because when I was a teenager, I used to have pet rabbits. I had two. One passed away, and then I got another two. I had them growing up, and they were like my babies. When I moved in with my now ex, I actually had to give the rabbits up, and that was really, really hard, because they weren't allowed pets. But I did find one of them. It's quite sad actually, one of them did pass away, but the other one went on to have like babies, and I was like, oh my goodness, like she's like got like her babies, that's so nice. But yeah, they were like well looked after by the person who adopted them. But yeah, I wanted to get it because like they're kind of, in my head, they're like in heaven, like in the sky, hence like the moon, and like they're leaping over the moon because they used to jump so high, like they used to have like a cage, and the rabbits would just like leap, and they would like hit the head on the cage, and I'd be like, oh my god, are you okay? And they, like, I know they can't respond, but they would just be like dazed, and then they would just carry on running. They'd like get the zoomies, it was really funny. So yeah, that's tattoo number 3. Tattoo number 4, the one on my arm. This is from a book series, the Fallen book series. I think it was the first book I ever read that was kind of like to do with like mythical creatures and like fiction, and that is fiction. I'm pretty sure it's fiction. Yeah, it's fiction. I had a blank there. It was the first fiction book that I read that was to do with like angels and mythical creatures and stuff. And it was the first one that I read, and I was just like, I actually like enjoy this book a lot, and I'm a big old bookworm. I love reading. I haven't been doing so much reading lately just because I've been exhausted. And I'm writing my own book as well, as you will know. And I was going to have like a sleeve, like various books like down the sleeve, but I decided against it just because that would be expensive. Yeah. Now, tattoo, I've done I'm just counting, I lose track of them, so tattoo number 4, tattoo number 5 and 6, I will not be putting the picture on the internet, but it's basically like little flowers. They're just little flowers. The picture is just not suitable for the internet, I'm afraid, but I've got 2 little flowers on either leg. And I just got that because they looked pretty. I just thought, again, my tattoo artist posted these pictures and she was like, oh, I really want to do some dainty tattoos, and I was like, well, honey, I want some dainty tattoos, sign me up. And I had them on either leg, so it was like matching. And final tattoo, you can probably see it, this is the latest one. I can't actually remember when I got it. I don't think I got it last year, I think I got it the year before. Or I might have got it last year actually, it's been a while. But yeah, this just, I wanted like flowers. Originally I wanted it like on the side here, but it was really difficult to like position it. When I was trying to position it, it was just like, it would either look wonky or it wouldn't look right. And I just decided to like have this flower. And the woman, I remember my tattoo artist, I go to the same woman, loyalty. But the woman, she was like, oh, what kind of flowers do you like? And I told her, and then she sent me this drawing of like this tattoo, and I was like, I love it, make it big. Yeah, she's a really good lady. I won't say like where she's from because that kind of pinpoints like my exact location of where I live and stuff, and yeah, I don't want to be like posting that just for privacy reasons. But yeah, they are all the tattoos that I have. I do kind of want to get some more, but I'll probably get some small ones. I'm not sure what though. With every tattoo I've got, I have thought about it for a really long time, and I've like, especially my first 3, I was like, I want it to be like my idea, and I want it to be like something that other people won't have. And I know like the tattoos that I have, they're not like drawings I picked from a tattoo shop. Everyone does. They're like mine, and if someone saw them and was like, oh, I want that, then the like lady that I went to, if they do go to her, I know she'll do it differently, just because again she doesn't do the same tattoos for everybody. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something about me. Yeah, I hope to see you all again in my next video. Thank you to everyone who's liking and subscribing and commenting. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see next, and I hope to see you all really